Yo, what's happening, people? And welcome back to the Tiki Taka podcast. We're going to hear hot takes, unbiased opinions, and hopefully have a couple laughs along the way.
Yes.
We're back. Weekly uploads, consistency. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe. Spotify, follow us, like the video, comment. We've got what seems to be a fan favorite episode this year. When I put the messages out to get people's top 10s, as you can see from the title of this video, couple people responded and said this is the favorite episode of the season. So unfortunately it's come early this year.
Yeah, we have gone early.
Last year I don't actually think we did this till January, but that was almost too late. And as much as this might be early, I feel like it's timely because some people were like, I don't know, can I really form an opinion? It's quite
on
early,
such and such player. Yeah.
I was like, back your football knowledge, isn't it? We'll put the top 10 list together and we'll see what our transfer window's just closed. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing today. But before we get into that, the big news this week was that Nuno Espirito Santo has been sacked after what can only be described as a very successful tenure at Nottingham Forest. And he looked like he was going to be there for the long-term future until Edu came in. And Edu decided that he was going to beef Nuno, and apparently they fell out because Edu couldn't sign Adama Traore.
Oh, is that what it is?
That's what I'm saying. Edu couldn't get Adama Traore over the line.
And Nuno was like, "Well, just move on, get someone else."
No, I think Nuno wanted the Adama.
Oh, bad.
Yeah. As always. Everywhere Nuno goes.
That is his boy.
That's his piece.
And Fulham surely were willing to.
Yeah, right. I think Adama's ended up staying there. He doesn't really want to be there.
I don't even think Marco Silva's like.
But again, let's not talk about Fulham and Marco Silva and what they've done to him. Because we know that they're leaving Marco Silva with players he doesn't want, and they're not giving him players that he does want. But yeah,
it's a good deal for all parties.
And also from the Athletic, that Edu was staying away from the training ground. Nuno, before the last game week before the international break, came out in his press conference and was talking openly about the situation.
Very Italian,
which seemed to vex Mr. Marinakis. We will call him Mr. Marinakis. That seems to be what everyone calls him, even if they're doing interviews at gunpoint. But look, what do you think of it? Ange is back. The whole situation.
No, I think the situation is bad. Like, I feel my initial thoughts are this is very much a like West Ham 2.0 situation.
A lot, yeah. I've seen a couple of people saying that.
Like, this is very much a like, we'll look back at this in 6 months' time, 12 months' time, and be like, did we really need to make that change? Did we know how good we had? Maybe more so, not did we need to make that change, but did we realize how good we had it? Yeah, this is weird. Like, how many
and a similar sort of thing of we want a fan base want to play better football or whatever.
Yeah,
but even though that's not really the case.
Exactly,
Forest,
I was about to say this is weird because how many times do you see a manager get sacked and it's on like the fans weren't calling for his head, or a section of the fans weren't calling for his head?
Yeah, it's usually only Levy that does that.
Even if Arteta got sacked today, it would be a shock, but you could just there's a section of there was a growing unrest amongst some section of the fans,
but that's still a very, very small percentage.
Still,
if he was to get sacked today,
yeah, but it would still be on. You could still spin it. You could still say they've given in to some demands of some rising unrest. There's a PR narrative you can get behind it. I just feel like with Nottingham Forest fans, any sorts of issues that they have never fallen at Nuno's feet. No one has ever said we're like, oh, and what's wrong is that Nuno's doing this, or what's wrong is that Nuno's doing that. Bro, they were finishing 17th 2 years ago. Now they're playing European football. They missed out on Champions League football on the final day to Chelsea. They lost to Chelsea on the final day. As rough as that is, you play Europa League. Nuno has to surely see this season through. He's worked this well and this hard to get them this far. And it feels just like they've kicked him out. I've got some new guys in. Bang. And we're going to play a different style of football. And I actually feel that Ange, I don't know, man. I've come in here and I've cussed out Ange Bears before as Tottenham manager. But part of me feels two things. One, how weird it is that Ange has a job within 6 months. I thought he was one of the worst managers in the league last year.
Yeah.
If not the worst.
Yeah.
and he's got a job in the next 6 months in a Premier League team that's playing European football.
Yeah,
Guys would
yeah,
kill for that. What would that? What
yeah,
would they
yeah,
do to
yeah,
an innocent man
yeah.
to get a job in the Europe for a European club in the Premier
100%.
League? Yeah, so it's kind of crazy that Andrew's just walked into that position.
I feel like almost 90% of it is that Forest are playing in the Europa League, and he's currently
and he's,
the reigning
and he's
champ, right? And
and I hear that. I think there's a little Greek connection there between
yeah,
Ange
yeah,
and
yeah,
Mr.
yeah,
Marinakis,
yeah.
but
The Tony Soprano memes that have been on
yeah,
Twitter have
it's
been funny.
hilarious. But I do think that Ange will. Part of me hopes maybe that Ange will have learned some lessons from his time at Tottenham. Like, is Ange really gonna put like Mikolenkovic and Murillo on the halfway line, attack, attack, attack? Is he gonna come back on the you know how I do this, you know how I do things? Is it gonna be just vibes over some tactical planning, some lessons learned? I do think Ange has to have learned some lessons from finishing 17th, or sorry, wherever Tottenham finished in the league last season. So I think it
Yeah,
might not be
yeah,
the worst appointment if they do get more attacking football out of Nottingham Forest, and they're able to compete. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, you could spin it and say the managers who finish in the top 8 consistently play this style of football. Yeah, we were sort of outliers, us and potentially Newcastle and these other teams are outliers in our style of football, but Newcastle still get a lot of goals. So how consistent would it? Sorry, how sort of reliable would it have been under Nuno for a long time? Even though I still believe he deserved that chance, I can see how you spin it, but I just don't know about. I know what Andrew's going to bring them. I just
yeah.
hope he's learned a little from his lesson, and I still feel as if Nuno's been hard done by.
The thing is, I think that there might be like an expiration date with Nuno, and you might want to go down the path of trying to play better football, but you brought in Ange, who you've just said there was one of the worst managers in the
100%
league
killed
last
him.
season.
Stand by everything I said on Ange last season.
But I think that Ange will tell you he did tell us that last season was an unbelievable success.
Yeah.
Those were his words. He won the trophy and everything. And a lot of the league form, he kept coming out and defending and saying, well, it was down to injuries. We had this many injuries and whatever. So I don't think he's going to change.
You don't,
No.
but not change as in like change.
I think he's going to have Milenkovic and Murillo on the halfway line. I think he's going to, but I think it might look better because he has what looks like a competent number 6. Elliot Anderson had 2 good games for England, albeit those were under 2 short. But he's better than Bentancur and Basuma, and he's got 1v1 wingers in Hudson-Odoi.
He's got attacking talent as well.
Yeah,
like he's got Gibbs White and that McAtee guy from City that's meant to be decent.
Hutchinson.
Yeah.
He's got obviously Chris Wood. They signed a striker from the Brazilian league. So I think it might look better because he has better players than what he did have at Tottenham. But I don't think his system and what he's going to work. Do is going to change.
Yeah. But that's why the West Hamness comes into it. I think his
fullbacks are still going to be flying. And
that's why I do feel like the West Hamness will come into it. As on paper, you're convincing yourself that we're making the football logical right step forward, attacking football because that's what the fans want to see and that's what wins games and da.
Yeah.
But I do think Nottingham Forest's identity under Nuno is what they should have stuck with, at least for a while. Nuno might have an expiration date, but see it to the expiration date.
Yeah.
Because I think if you start changing things too early, these other teams will make up ground on you quickly, and you're learning things and you're figuring out how to play these patterns, and you're figuring out like how long do you take to learn these things? How long do you take to learn these patterns?
Nuno's expiration date probably wasn't going to be until the end of the season.
Yeah. If that, because maybe Nuno makes Champions League first. Maybe Nuno makes European football again, even if it's on some Conference League level. And you have the chance again, if you win the Conference League, to go back into the Europa League next season. It's like, all right, so in the Nuno project, say Nuno's there for 5 years at that time, 2 of those years or 3 of those years he's playing European football, 2 of those years he's playing Europa League football.
Yeah.
Do you take that? Over 5 years of Nuno, like when Nuno was 17th, what was you asking of him?
Yeah.
So whereas with Ange, if it works, it works. But if you're saying that the trial period is going to be like a year to learn Ange ball, I don't think Brighton and Bournemouth and
Fulham.
I don't think they're giving them a year.
Yeah. I think they'll be overtaken because those teams have better managers. And I don't think the difference in the quality of the squad is that. that big. But the bigger point is that the expiration date has come this quickly because there's obviously been beef with Edu.
Yeah, Edu's
right, which I'd imagine as the season rolls on, we'll get more and more drops of information about what's gone on there.
Is Marinakis right or wrong for standing by Edu as a guy that he's
I think
brought
he's
in?
both. I think he's both.
Yeah.
Because I think it's categorically wrong to have sacked Nuno. Right. I think every football fan will know that. Regardless of and I agree with your point about the expiration date and kind of if you want to maintain that level, most teams do kind of try to progress.
They need to have the
in
ball
a certain way, right? Even we saw Thomas Frank at Brentford for the first 2 or 3 years in the league play 5 at the back. And last year transitioned to a 4 at the back to try and progress the team to try and move forward. And so in that sense, I understand it, but you can't sack Nuno after he's had one of the greatest seasons.
100%.
In modern history.
You can't give him 3 games.
Like Nottingham Forest, but also at the same time, and I said this to you on Monday when I saw you, I was like, Edu's Marinakis' guy, right? He's just appointed him a couple months ago.
Director of global football or whatever it is.
He snatched him from Arsenal. I
wouldn't say snatched.
Look, whether we're happy about Edu going or not, it's kind of irrelevant. He came to Arsenal when he took Edu.
Arteta's made it obvious that Edu has to leave. Take
but
this opportunity.
Edu had to be put on gardening leave and all of that, and he was going to leave, and he's going to go manage his multi-club model and whatever.
No, I'm joking.
That if that's Marinakis' guy, he can't. He's gonna risk looking like Sir Jim Ratcliffe. When the Dan Ashworth thing happened,
which was terrible,
right? And they got clowned.
Yeah,
right. It was like, oh, we've got Dan Ashworth. Dan Ashworth's done this, and this.
He's done 3 weeks,
and then he's out.
Yeah,
he's done. And they paid, what was it, like $5 million to get him out of Newcastle.
Yeah,
and all of that. So it's gonna look like that. So he kind of almost has to back Edu in this situation, and he's made the move for Ange. And look, we'll know next week when we pod what's going to happen.
No, the proof will be in the pudding.
They've got their first game this weekend at the Emirates.
It's a bit, and to all this, it's over. The stuff of who's the first manager to go.
It's
Nuno. Somehow.
Yeah.
It's somehow Nuno. So all of that is kind of done already, but you never, look, this is the drama of the Premier League, man. I never would have guessed it.
Yeah.
Even when the rumblings last week, Nuno was unhappy. I thought Nuno had done so well, you come to some sort of compromise. He's just got your European football. This is Nottingham Forest. Surely you come to some sort of compromise, however deep the issue is. As I said, you tell Edu, chill out, go to the USA, go look after Olympiacos, go deal with some of these other clubs, do deals over there, make transfers, speak to guys, let's get those up and running.
Yeah.
And then come back in December and see where Nuno is. And if by January Nuno's outside of the top 6 and it's looking a bit, stick or twist, all right, calm, go for Ange, make a late push and say that this is the brand of football you want to play moving forward. Because it's got personal with Edu, I agree with you. To sack Nuno now, or however they've done it, mutually agreed, whatever, is categorically wrong. Because Nuno's just spent the whole preseason gearing up the boys to play a certain style of football.
Exactly, and for the first 3 games they've done that. So they picked up 4 points.
Yeah,
right.
But I did say, if you put our tinfoil hat on, I was saying when Gibbs White re-signed, where is Nuno?
Yeah, in the video,
Where is Edu?
Well, maybe he was beefing.
Maybe it's not related. Maybe it's not related at the time. But I was like, Marinakis is just taking photos with Gibbs White himself.
Yeah.
There's no sporting director or manager. Yeah. Nuno's not coming out saying this is our best player, and I'm so happy to retain him.
Well, obviously they both couldn't be in the same room. Edu was staying away from the training ground. That's how serious it got. So look, we'll see what kind of information drops from that as the season goes on. But look, you're all here for the top 10 summer signings, and that's what we're going to move on to now. So for those of you that don't know, I ask a couple people, get their lists 1 to 10 in order, collate the list, and come up with a combined top 10 of the Premier League summer transfers. Now, just a couple of the top 10 facts. This is just the top 10, not everyone in the list, because I think we had 17 names. But from the top 10, it cost £665 million. Yeah, that's in pounds. Yeah, if you want to do your conversions to euros and dollars,
Yeah, of
and
course.
whatever currency you can, and compare that to last year's top 10, which only cost 320. So it's over double, right? And only 2 players in our top 10 got votes from everyone, which doesn't usually happen.
Cause, and it makes sense as you say. The timing of this episode, it's not like last year. It's like 6 months in. You can sort of make your judgments on who's been good, who's been bad. To preface my list, I did my list on
Already
I did my list on like
worried about getting clowned.
now. Who do I think has the most pressure on them to move the needle, or who do I think has been bought to move the needle the most? I don't know how to word it because I haven't done it necessarily on like
Who will be the best transfer?
Yeah, or what's the most like money to value of player transfer, like bargain deal or whatever it is. I've done my list on like 10 players that I think have to move the needle for their team. Sort of almost in that order.
Yeah. I think look, it's all subjective when I send these lists out. People can judge what they think the best transfers are based on their own opinions, whatever they want to do that on. So we did this last year as well because it's the 3rd year we're doing this. So I'll read you what last year's top 10 summer transfers were. And forewarning, last year's summer transfer window looks like it sucked. Yeah. So last year, 10th place, we had Xander Berger. Good player, good signing.
Good player, yeah,
should have been higher.
Yeah. There's actually nothing you can say about Xander. But
great, good player, good signing. 23 million, I think they got him for. He should have been higher in that
Snip.
list. Yeah, done. 9th, David Raya.
Should have been higher.
Probably should have been higher, but I think.
But that's because I had him first. Do you remember?
Yeah, and I don't think anyone else had him because he was like a loan with like the option, but it was gonna happen. So I think
the rules.
Yeah, he did the deep dive. 8th, Ebba Nielsen. Again, decent signing.
Yeah, good signing.
7th, Solanke. Howler.
Questionable.
Howler. 6th, Liam Delap. I think it was decent. He scored, 12, 13 Premier League goals?
Yeah.
5th, Calafiori. Probably should have been higher. 4th, Milenkovic. We were just talking about Milenkovic potentially having to play on a high line, but definitely he had a very good season.
Yeah, he did.
3rd, Emil Smith Rowe. Not looking good. It's not looking good. Emil Smith Rowe can't even start for Fulham now. There's Josh King guy from the academies in there.
There's a lot of Arsenal hype in that one.
But yeah, and I remember that I think a lot of Arsenal fans last year had Emil Smith Rowe in that list.
Yeah.
So, he was 3rd. 2nd, Pedro Neto.
I know Pedro Neto wasn't high on my list.
Again, well, I couldn't find it.
But I know Pedro Neto was not high on my list. I don't even know if he was on my list.
He must have been if he comes 2nd.
No chance. No chance I had Pedro Neto on my list. We'll have to do the rewind.
Yeah, you know what? Let me see if I can actually find it. I'll edit this in the... Let me see if I can... Was it this one? Michael did not have Pedro Neto.
Yeah.
Yeah, Smith Rowe 3rd. Wan-Bissaka, Howson. We had like 21 different names last year, though. Oh my days, who put Sancho in? Aman had Sancho in at 2nd.
And high up, I was going to say.
2nd.
Mazraoui.
Horrific.
I'm seeing bare Mazraouis in there.
I had Marino. You didn't have Marino.
Yeah, no, fair. Fair. I knew I wouldn't have Pedro Neto.
I had Iliman Njai. Rutter. Who had Gundo? Oh my
Njai's
God.
a great shout.
Stedman had Gundo. Horror.
Njai and Rutter are great shouts.
Nick had Ramsdale last year.
Oh no.
But yeah, look, that's like an overview. And then first, last year was Amadou Onana, which again, injury problems have
hampered
that. But we still know who he is. We still know he's a quality player. But to be honest, Xander Berger in 10th and Amadou Onana in first.
You could flip.
Yeah, those are 2 players that we compare. Similar profile, similar positions. I actually think Xander Berger, just purely because he stays fit, might have gapped him.
And beat United last week.
Yeah. Right. So yeah, but just from those 10 names, you can see in some of the names that I've read out from the list last
I think
year,
that's kind of weird though how football does that.
it
Like,
wasn't a good transfer window, was
but
it?
but like, all right, calm. Say for example, Arsenal didn't have a good transfer window. Edu fucked up. Why is it that like everybody else as well has also collectively decided maybe not to spend, as opposed to this summer where it's like I think Premier League is like gapped every other league tenfold on money spent. Why is there this collective? This summer we're spending.
Yeah, because Liverpool didn't sign any players.
It could be like it could at least be like certain clubs spend this summer and other clubs spend next summer kind of stuff. It just feels weird. It feels like everybody
everyone's kind of gone ham this
yeah,
summer.
everyone's pressed a button.
But yeah, so we'll get into the top 10 that we've got this year. So like I said, 17 different names.
I've already seen a name here that I didn't think of.
Yep, 17th place, Christian Mosquera.
Yeah,
got 1 vote.
Should be higher.
Not from Michael, but from Nick.
No, Nick's good. He's on it.
Nick had him 10th.
That's a great shout.
Yeah,
that's a very good shout.
And
he just doesn't need to move the needle in my team.
Yeah.
Then again,
but he might do, right? With injuries and whatever, and seeing how that's your guy, I was surprised.
No, Mosquera is my guy on record,
but not on this record.
It's just he'll come good.
Not on the paper that
we'll do the ones to watch. We'll do the ones to watch.
Yeah. Top 10 centre backs.
Yeah.
We'll do top 10 Premier League centre backs. Watch out for that. Let us know in the comments if you want to see
less than
that.
50 appearances. I don't want to be seeing that.
No, because I think he can get in the top 10, just Premier League, bro. I think we might have 4 or 5 in there.
Right.
But yeah, look, Mosquera 10th place. The league's just lucky Kiwi's not here.
I'll put a claim out there. That centre back that Bournemouth signed to replace Huijsen, the French guy. I think he's gonna be all right.
Yeah, the guy they got from Lille.
Yeah.
He looks all right.
He needs to learn the Premier League, but I think he might do a decent job.
Yeah. And centre backs don't really get enough love, so I think that's a good top 10 to do. Yeah, shout out Nick. That's a good pick. Rate that. 16th, Benjamin Sesko.
Yikes.
Obviously, I did ask a United fan. Just to preface this quickly. Obviously, me and Michael gave our list. Nick, Arsenal fan. My boy Mitt, who's a Liverpool fan. And then I asked the United fan and the Tottenham fan. So, as you can imagine, the United fan, Sesko.
If you're a United fan, I do hear it. You
had him 5th. So, he still didn't try and take the piss too much.
No, it's because obviously United didn't score that many goals last year. You needed a striker.
Right, yeah.
Even if they had signed Callum Wilson, I'd expect United fans to
put
Callum Wilson.
I would have had Callum Wilson in my list, probably. I've always rated Callum Wilson. But like you say, I get it. If it means that there's no Rasmus Højlund.
Yeah, exactly.
But
in the 9.5.
I thought it's an interesting one to talk about because obviously Sesko's linked with obviously Victor Gyökeres, who Arsenal have signed, who might come up later in this list. But your assessment on Sesko, 4 games into the season, if you include the Grimsby game.
Yeah, no, Grimsby games included. I don't, bro. In these games that he's played, he's not really shown much for me to feel like, this was worth 70, 80 million.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't think he's been god awful, atrocious. There's nothing to see here. I can conclusively tell you that this guy's gonna be a scrub. I don't know if
he has been pretty non-existent.
He has been. That's the thing. He has been pretty non-existent, but he's playing in a poor United side.
But he didn't give Højlund that.
No. Højlund got smoke from me, and Sesko's liable to catch smoke from me. It's just that Højlund, there was at least 6 months of what does he actually do?
But you called Højlund a scrub from
early.
Yeah,
I had the antenna.
And you weren't saying that Højlund's playing in a bad team.
No, well, that's the only bail I'll shoot Sesko is that I need to see something pretty soon. But at the same time, I don't think it's been like I'm ready to be like judge and executioner. Like you're done, you're a scrub. Yeah, I just need to see more from him. I need him to start a game in the Premier League that.
Well, if Cunha's out, we might see him start the Manchester Derby, which
will
be a good sort of like.
And I was about to say to see a game that's favourable to him, but I don't know how many Manchester United games are going to be favourable.
No, that might be the most favourable.
He had Grimsby.
Diaz and Stones.
He had Grimsby.
Well, yeah. And he took the 10th pen.
It doesn't get more favourable than that.
Like if you want to talk about a player being mentally weak,
but I do also think that there's a little like United hex curse on that. Like I do think Sesko can come and be poor for United, and he will just add to the players' careers who go to die at United. I do think if Sesko had joined Newcastle, we might be seeing some sparks. I do think if Sesko had joined, whoever, it still doesn't justify the 70-80 million pound price tag that any of these guys go for. But bro,
No, Eddie Howe would get something out of it.
Yeah, but there is literally nothing to go off from these 3 games.
It is early.
Like it's not
like
even
the jury's still out regardless.
There's a couple headers and stuff, but there's not even like a striker's chance where I'm like, he has to take that one. How was he? There's a couple headers I'm like, yeah, you should do better and stuff. But I think the biggest thing with him is you can see mentally that maybe he's not, obviously not maybe, like he's definitely not the finished product. So it makes me happy as an Arsenal fan being like, yeah, we didn't spend 80 million on this guy.
Yeah,
because even Gyökeres doing quote unquote stinkers, I still feel as if I see like, all right, well, this guy is just gonna go again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's not gonna bother him.
Yeah.
And Sesko can't even break into the Man United starting 11. Right.
Yeah.
And you said yourself just now how poor that team is. So that's not a great sign if Mount is making it in over you. 16th, Xavi Simons.
Yeah,
1 vote. Tottenham fan had him third.
Third,
yeah.
No, but to be fair, if I was a Tottenham fan again,
you know what? Based on your list, yeah, if you're doing it on moving the needle for your team, Tottenham could not finish the window without a number 10. Right? They went for Gibbs White, that got foiled. They went for Eze, that got hijacked by Arsenal. And I think Xavi Simons, the fact that like they hijacked him from Chelsea.
Yeah.
They needed that number 10.
Has to be in hyper quotations. Like,
no, I'm gonna say that he was hijacked from Chelsea. Tottenham just left one on Chelsea, and Chelsea fans, you just have to hold that.
The reason I didn't have Xavi Simons in is because I think almost no matter what, he'll be a success in Tottenham fans' eyes.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say no matter, and then finish. He'll be a success and then finish.
No.
In Tottenham fans' eyes.
In Tottenham fans' eyes, 100%, like, 100%. Because these kind of players are sort of rare for them. They still talk about Van der Vaart.
Go Gaza.
yeah, exactly.
I'm like, what? You weren't even born then, bro.
they
Ericsson.
They still talk about all of Ali, these guys. The 6 months when Modric was playing great for them.
Yeah. They love that. They love that.
They love that kind of European flair ball. That every club wants to take from them.
Yeah.
He's here. He's one of us. He's a Tottenham player. So even if Xavi Simons ends the season with sort of 4-3, I'm sure the goals that he'll be a part of will be nice and well crafted and very Dutch, and Tottenham fans will take that as a trophy to head home with. So
yeah,
I hear it. If you're a Tottenham fan, voting Xavi Simons in, because otherwise, and I think as I said this on the podcast like last week, I think Pap Sarr, Bentancur, and Paulinho wins you a lot of games, or doesn't lose you a lot of games in the Premier League. Yeah, I think obviously Xavi Simons coming in and doing a little bit of magic is enough for the Tottenham fans to feel things are different, we're new, we're improved, and he's young, to be fair. So he might actually turn out to be someone that, I don't know if he goes back to Germany, but a bigger club could want, and I think that's all Tottenham fans really want is fans to adore their players. To think that their players are like worth buying.
Yeah. I think the thing with Xavi Simons is just how's it going to translate?
Yeah. I don't think he's going to be a starter. I really don't.
No, I think he will be.
You think?
I think so. I think Thomas Frank likes to play with a number 10. Damsgaard.
Yeah, that's true. But did he play with Damsgaard? I know Thomas Frank likes Damsgaard, but did he play with Damsgaard because he likes the number 10 or because like the drop off between Damsgaard and the next guy is kind of mad?
But he'd leave out Jensen.
Yeah, that's true.
Or he'd play Norgard, Janel, or Jensen probably, and Damsgaard. I think Thomas Frank, and it's obvious they were desperate to sign a number 10, right?
They
were willing to spend 60 on Gibbs White, 67 on Eze, and then they finished on like 55.
They think the Madders injury is a bad one.
Yeah, it's ACL, isn't it?
Yeah, well,
the Madders one.
Like I thought his ACL is in like it's done it early. He might come back for the very last couple months. They're like treating it as if like let's not rush Madders back.
Yeah, I think look we saw when it happened to Timber, and
that's true.
Albeit it happened to Timber slightly later because Madders was in pre-season, but
yeah, they don't think he's going to. They're playing it as if he's not coming back this season.
Yeah, which are I think it's probably how you should play it.
Yeah,
right?
fair.
So I think Thomas Frank is gonna put Xavi Simons in from. I think Saturday against West Ham, he'll be in that starting 11.
Against West Ham, I hear that, but I just don't know how many of these do or die games, like how many of these big games, home or away,
Yeah, big games.
Xavi Simons starts in. Like I feel
big
like
games, I think Thomas Frank might change it.
Yeah,
Especially away from home. I
yeah,
think he's a smart enough manager to go Palhinha, Bentancur and start.
and leave Kudus and
Richarlison,
Solanke, whoever to like put it on them to create.
Yeah. But if he does in some of those big away games go 5 at the back,
Yeah,
he could find a way to slot Xavi Simons in there.
the good thing about Thomas Frank is he is pragmatic, so I'm not worried about is Xavi Simons going to get game time. I just don't know if he's going to be a starter week in, week out, the way as it should be for Arsenal or anything like that, or even the way Wirtz will be for Liverpool and that kind of stuff.
I think he will start most games though. I do think Thomas Frank is going to want to get him in the team. I think in terms of Tottenham's attacking players,
they kind of have to. Again, they spent 60 million,
like,
and he's the best. Yeah,
he might have the most quality.
Yeah. I'm not mad at that.
Like Kudus is probably still the best, you would probably say, or like effectiveness and whatever. But in terms of who has the most quality, I'd probably say it was Xavi Simons.
In the home games versus the Leeds, the Burnleys, the Brentfords,
I think you're doing a disservice to Xavi Simons.
in the home games,
and he might not be that good, but I think Thomas Frank will trust him.
I think Thomas Frank will trust him and learn pretty early that, and it's not like Kudus is like a weak guy, yeah. But I think the balance has got to be delicate because I'm expecting Xavi Simons to find the physicality of the Premier League tough.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna have Xavi Simons in there and leave out a Pap Sarr or a Bentancur potentially, I feel like that's the balance that he's gonna struggle with.
Yeah.
But maybe I am doing a bit of a disservice to Xavi Simons. I've never been. I think he's a talented player and stuff, but I've never been that high on him the way I know other people are high on Xavi Simmons. But I do think he's a good player. I know he's a good player.
Yeah. No, I think it's fair. I think the questions about Xavi Simons and what he'll do in the Premier League are valid. My point is more from just Thomas Frank looking at it.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna.
I need this attacking talent.
He'll see what he's doing in training.
Yeah.
And like I said, that number 10 position in terms of importance, in terms of like, it would just be Pap Sarr and Bergvall if they hadn't got Xavi Simons.
Like
I think Thomas Frank was really pushing the board. We need this number 10.
This could be famous last words, but I would love Xavi Simons to start a North London derby. I don't want to see Pap Sarr, Bentancur and Palhinha start a North London derby.
I mean, to be honest, I don't really think it matters. But yeah.
I hear you. But I'm like, if I'm seeing Xavi Simons in there, I know like
that's an Ange move.
I'm looking at that like we should have a leg up here physically.
Yeah. It's like playing Mathers.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, 100%. But look, we'll move it on. 15th, Mbeumo. Obviously the Man United fan had him third. Now, Mbeumo is actually one that I do kind of think is maybe, and I didn't have him in my list, so I'm probably guilty of it, but he's probably done a bit harshly.
Yeah, he is.
Because he scored 20 Premier League goals last year. We all know he's a very good player. This is no slight on Mbeumo, no slight on the transfer business that Man United have done. I think is a good signing. But when I was building my list and putting all the players that I thought, this guy has to be in, this guy has to be in, I got to a point where I was like, I can probably only get one of the Man United.
Yeah.
And I've got to pick the one that I think you already mentioned about. I think Man United scored 40 goals last year. Or might have even been less than that. So I was like, who's going to contribute the most to goals from a point of goals and assists?
Yeah.
And I think Mbeumo, without the penalties,
it's not as much.
His numbers are going to drop.
I agree with what you said about Mbeumo being a good player, but I still stand by. The reason I didn't have him on my list was because I just don't know if United needed Mbeumo. Like, I don't know if they needed Mbeumo. If there was 70 million to spend.
But we can make that argument for another one of their signings that probably has made the top 10.
No, but I guess maybe I'm biased to the timeline. Like, if you had got Mbeumo before you had got Cunha, then maybe I'm like, maybe you don't need to spend 65 on Cunha. But because Cunha was done, wrapped up early, July, June, Cunha was done. Yeah. I was like, all right, calm. So they've got another goal scorer to partner Bruno and stuff. I stand by everything you're saying. He's done harshly in the sense of he's a great player, scored a lot of goals, and it's not even just last year. Last year he popped off, but the season before that he was still very much a threat. All of this kind of stuff. But I just don't know if they needed to spend. I'm not looking at Mbeumo. Mbeumo needs to move the needle for Man United, but I'm not looking at Mbeumo like
He hasn't got the same pressure.
yeah, like
Although he's
he
more
should.
expensive than Cunha.
He probably should have the same pressure, but I'm not looking at him like he needs like Man United are gonna live or die on what you do for them.
Yeah.
That's not how I'm looking at
Yeah.
Mbeumo. You know, I thought, and it's kind of harsh. This is harsh to say because Ahmad hasn't done anything near what Mbeumo's done, but I thought you could trust Ahmad to do an Mbeumo type job for your team and not spend 70 million on him and then go and get a midfielder or go and get a defender.
Agreed.
Or
And
what.
just try and develop Ahmad's
Yeah.
game. And
If he's the guy for you, let him be the, or if he's bubbling, see what he has rather than Quell is.
I think it's harsh because we've just read out last year's top 10. If this Mbeumo signing was made last summer, he could have been number 1.
100%.
Right, on the list. So, but this summer there were just a lot of good signings. It was difficult to get those guys in. But yeah, good player, good signing. I don't really have a bad word to say about Mbeumo. Even the fact that you spent, other than what you're saying about the money could be spent better elsewhere, which I do agree with. At the end of the day,
I don't have anything bad to say about Mbeumo.
You've signed someone who's 24. As much as it costs 70 million, Mbeumo should be able to lock down that role for 5 years.
Yeah, and he's a good player.
Right?
He is a good player.
It's not a Jadon Sancho. It's not an Anthony.
And also, don't get me wrong, Mbeumo will win you games.
Yeah.
There will be chances that cut across to Mbeumo, and because of his quality, he's just going to bury that.
And he's got X Factor as well. He can win games from X Factor.
So it's not that.
So yeah, it's nothing really against Mbeumo. I just think there were that many good signings. I mean, we'll move up the list now. Some of these other names on the list. 14th, Donnarumma. Yeah, again, another guy, only got 1 vote, but Nick had him 3rd.
No, that's crazy. I mean, maybe either he hates Trafford or he loves.
Yeah, I think Nick I was talking to Nick on the weekend. Nick thinks that Trafford's basically a scrub. But from the conversations,
I'm not mad at that.
The conversations I've had with Nick, I think Nick is he's got some real PTSD from our PSG semi-final.
Oh, is it?
I think he's got some real PTSD from that.
No, Donnarumma.
And what Donnarumma was on.
That's almost his best game, pretty much.
We saw the highlights the other day of the Odegaard save.
Yeah. That's not
in the home leg from Martinelli and Trossard. Then, so I think Nick's, a lot of that is.
I don't think Donnarumma is capable. And obviously on some of these big performances, like even the Euros final, he was there for that. So he can rise to the occasion. He's come with a lot of sort of pedigree and stuff.
Treble winner.
But I've seen Donnarumma repeatedly make howlers and clangers. And he's not that good he's not good at all.
He made time for Italy.
He's not good at all passing out from the back or anything like that. So I'm not. But Donnarumma is better than Trafford. That's for sure. That much I'm
Donnarumma is a keeper that you can win the league with.
Yeah. Because I
said, I think it was on the pod that Trafford is not
a keeper. Yeah. And I don't think your keeper needs to be world class for you to win the league. I just think you need a competent keeper.
Yeah. One who's not going to cost you points.
Exactly.
Really, right.
Absolute liability.
But you mentioned it there, and I think it's a good thing to talk about. He's not a Pep keeper.
Yeah.
He can't play out very well at all. Yeah.
I wouldn't trust him.
Feet.
With time and space even to play out from the back.
Right. Exactly. Right. When he can scope the whole thing out. And So how's that going to work then? What's Pep's plan here? And obviously we can never know what
it's going to be long to Haaland. It's going to be a lot of, whether that's Pep's plan or not, there's going to be.
But Pep can't be doing that.
Whether that's Pep's plan or not, that's what Donnarumma, when the Whisters...
But then if he's doing that, Pep will take him out of the team.
When the Whisters and the Havertzes and these guys are setting up on him, and they're like, I can't wait.
We need Ayew back.
We need Ayew back.
Someone should have signed Jordan Ayew.
Callum Wilson, when these guys are like, I can't wait for Donnarumma to get this ball on his weak foot, and I'm going to go and give it I'm going to give it everything I have. Gordon, everything, 5-10 yard dash, everything I have. I think Donnarumma is going to be like, I'm just going long. I don't care where this goes. It's like whatever Pep says to me is it's easy.
But Pep will drop him if he does.
It's easy compared to conceding a goal. And I wouldn't be surprised if Pep's on the back and forth thing with the keepers. I wouldn't be surprised
if
if
he's
Pep's.
chopping and changing.
I would not be surprised at all with Pep chopping and changing with the keepers and saying Trafford needs to develop, but Donnarumma's got the experience, and there's going to be Trafford games and Donnarumma games, and it's just
Yeah.
because one
Look-
team's going to press him better than the other, so he's going to play Trafford, and even Trafford can get pressed on.
Yeah,
We saw that.
we've already seen,
Yeah.
right? But no, if Donnarumma is doing that when he's going long, Pep, we've seen Pep do this time and time again before. He doesn't care who you are. He doesn't care how much he spent on you. He will drop you if
Yeah,
you're not passing it
bravo.
out like how he wants to. So I think that's going to be an interesting one. I think Donnarumma's going to start on the weekend in the Manchester derby.
Straight in.
Yeah. Well, what you've just bought the treble winner to stick
Yeah,
him on
to
the
stick
bench.
him on the bench. Yeah, and I don't even
Like-
think goalkeeper. Don't talk to me about preseason. Don't talk
Yeah,
to me
why
about.
have you even gone and bought him?
Don't talk to me about tactics, and he needs to learn the team. His job is the same.
Adjust to the league.
Yeah, yeah.
13th, Zuba
Wow,
He got 3 votes.
one from me for sure.
One from me, and who was the other? And the Tottenham fan actually voted for him in last, which means that Nick actually didn't have him. But I think the thing with Zuba is I had him on my list because I think he's going to affect Arsenal's style of play and speed of play. But I didn't have him that high up again because there were a lot of other transfers that I thought might be more important or more valuable to their team.
I agree.
And then I was kind of debating with myself. I was like, but this is the number 6. Like, how many more guys can be more valuable than the quarterback, right? But I think it's also a thing of like Arsenal have done pretty well in that number 6 position in recent years in terms of the players that they've had there, and obviously Declan Rice can fill in there. I think Zubamendi's gonna come in and his role's just gonna be automatic.
Yeah, I agree. I had him in my list because I do think he's going to be very important to us. But I think he's going to be very important to us. It's funny, this comparison's literally just come into my head on a similar level to how like Cesar Azpilicueta was important to Chelsea. You know how it was like Hazard has to get the love, Willian has to get maybe the second place love, Costa needs to get the love because they're the guys that win it for you. Yeah. But then when you look at Cesar's stats and it's like played every game, 90, 90, 90.
Yeah,
if you think about it, he played him left back, played him right back, played him center back.
Yeah.
It's like at the end of the day, you don't win it without his contribution. If you really deep dive, want to be a nerd about it, there's a lot that he's done for the team. I feel like that will be Zubamendi's role for Arsenal. Not like for like, but just in the sense of even if we do win big this year, it's gonna go to Eze, Saka, Gyökeres, Rice, Gabriel, Saliba.
Yeah.
But then when you look at the numbers, it's gonna be Zubamendi. He's played all of those games.
Yeah,
He did 90 in all of those games. He was never subbed. He was, filling in that, not left back as in like positionally. Arteta started him left back, but it's he built up from this channel that game, and Arteta told him to build up from that channel the other game. And it's always going to be different roles whilst playing the same position for Zubamendi. So I do think he's going to have that similar position. I do think he's going to be I think the ultimate word is stalwart in the team. I do think there's going to be a lot of team sheets that he's just never really going to
We saw
leave.
that in pre-season, right?
Yeah.
Zubamendi wasn't getting subbed.
There's going to be a lot of team sheets that he's just never really going to leave. Yeah. And I think that is where his importance comes in for Arsenal, because no matter the additional tasks Arteta's going to give him, he's going to dictate a lot of our play and tempo.
Yeah. Agreed. 12th place. Now this is interesting because this guy actually got votes from 5 people, so only one person didn't have him, but he still didn't make our top 10, and that's Jack Grealish, who was in my list.
My list is quite high.
Yeah, like I said, only one person didn't have him. I think Jack Grealish is a very important signing, and this is one player that I think is good to talk about when I was referring to Mbeumo and kind of just the other guys that I think might be more important to their teams. I think Jack Grealish will, like Everton have been an abysmal team to watch for years.
He is. Yeah.
Just an absolute lack of attacking quality in every single attacking position. To have added Grealish, along with some of the Dewsbury Hall, I think is a decent signing. Tyler Dibling's a decent signing, and obviously they've already got Illiman and Jai. I think Grealish will be a big part of that, and he'll actually make Everton probably quite interesting to watch.
Yeah, I had him top 5 because I do think Grealish is a massive move the needle signing for Everton.
Yeah.
To come out of this like haze and fog of finishing like 15th or 16th or 17th every year, I think Grealish is going to be a massive part of that. I
Yep.
feel like he will or has to / will move the needle for Everton, even if they have a cup run and the 12th to 11th to 10th place finish. I feel like for an Everton fan, that is like, rainbows, sunshine.
Yeah.
Like,
Sure.
ice cream, summer holidays. Like, imagine Everton have a 12th, 11th place, comfy.
Yeah. They're not in a relegation battle.
And we potentially get a cup run. We make it to quarters or semis or whatever it is of a FA Cup, Carabao, however we do it. I feel like Grealish should be a massive part of that. That's why I had him in the top 5. I feel like that. I don't want to say Everton fans deserve that, but
No, they do deserve to watch some good football, man. Like those Everton season ticket holders, like thoughts go out to you, man, for what you've had to witness for the last couple of years.
Yeah. So I had Grealish up there, man. I think he's going to move the needle for Everton, and I think he will move the needle for Everton quite a bit.
Yeah, I agree. 11th, João Palhinha.
Yeah,
this is another one. He only got 2 votes. Nick had him 6th.
I missed him out.
Tottenham fan had him 2nd.
I think Palhinha is a very good signing.
I really wanted to put Palhinha on my list, but again, there was just
too many guys.
When I was looking at, who can I put Palhinha in there for? It was just difficult, man. I couldn't really say that he was better than any of the other guys in my list.
But if Tottenham hadn't signed Palhinha, I'd still think that they're a joke team. Even with Kudus, with Xavi Simons, even with whoever else they've bought this summer.
In terms of moving the needle,
no, that's what I'm saying. I completely forgot about him.
I think Palhinha, like that. I can't really say. I don't have a reason for him not being in my top 10. Like,
I don't. My reason is I forgot.
Yeah, he has. I mean, he has every reason to be in there. It's just realistically, it was either him or Zubamendi that I was going to put.
Oh, is
there,
it? No, well,
right?
I would have gone Zubamendi.
Yeah, because all the other guys were shoo-ins basically, as I think they have been for everyone else, because their names are about to come up now. But yeah, Palhinha, good signing, like you say. Without Palhinha, they're still a joke team. Bentancur and Basuma are still the same.
It's a joke team. Even you have to keep Basuma if that's the case.
Exactly, right? Because he's your backup, right? Or Bergvall is just going to be a 6 now. But yeah, so look, just to go over that again: 17th Mosquera, 16th Sesko, 15th Xavi Simons, 14th Mbuemo, 13th Donnarumma, 12th Zubamendi. 13th Zubamendi, 12th Jack Grealish, and 11th João Palhinha. Now, the top 10. And in 10th place, we have someone who only got 2 votes, but one person had him first. And that's Noni Madueke. And I had him first.
Oh my God. You do this every year. You always corrupt the stats every year.
Number 1 on my list.
Oh my gosh.
And therefore he's made our top 10.
Oh my gosh.
And he is our 10th best signing, because I feel like if Saka might have injury problems, I think Noni could be the most valuable signing that we make, because we've already seen what he's done since Saka got injured. Even playing from the left against Leeds, I thought he did all right. Then played on the right at Anfield. He was our best attacking player. He's gone away with England. He started both games, and Tuchel obviously sees what I see. Me and Tuchel are on the same wavelength. And I just think he's a top player.
I agree with your sentiment of if Saka goes down, Noni will prove to be the most pivotal player that we've signed. Like, I knew how tired we were of makeshift right wingers last season, but I don't think we would have truly understood how tired we were.
Yeah. Unless it happened again.
If we had to start, if we had to go to Liverpool with a make Trossard, we're asking Trossard to give us right wing shift. We're praying for Jesus to come back and fix the right wing.
Max Damon.
So I agree with you 100%.
We're needing Jesus updates.
Yeah, exactly. To fix the right wing. We're hoping Kai can come back to play right wing and play Kai and Gyökeres together.
But no, we've got a quality player.
No, we do. We do. He's good.
Who's very much like almost to a certain extent. Obviously, Saka's top level, but as like for like as you might be able to get.
Yeah. I think in terms of like the playing style
Yeah.
and the system, I don't think Arteta has to. It literally is almost plug for plug. Like you don't have to switch it up too much. I said to you the other day, you can actually go long more.
Yeah.
Like if you wanted to go long to
None is
Nani
it.
more, I'd run
Yeah.
that. You know, so I agree with you 100%. We were trying to justify the 48 million spent in the summer, but we were saying that if Arteta's almost seemingly banking on an injury, and it makes it easier again to have this conversation because Eze's in the club.
Yeah.
So
Because he wouldn't have been number one. Obviously.
so as much as I'm mad at no, I'm not like as much as again you're doing this, you're fucking up the stats, putting an outlier up there. I'm not mad at it.
Marks does it on filthy.
No, I'm not mad at it because the logic again I can't question.
Yeah.
I know that you're right. If Saka's out for injury
And
reasons,
also, there's been the pod where we spoke about Noni, and obviously we've referenced that. And we've had conversations off there. Noni's my guy. I was not one of the guys questioning Noni's attitude and work rate.
Yeah, that's true. I can
comparing him to Pepe.
Yeah, well.
I was not one of those guys. I was very much Arteta's done his due diligence. If Noni's willing to come on the same wage that he's on at Chelsea, that obviously means something. That obviously means he's willing to play football. He's willing to get down to business, and I don't really see Noni as a guy who's not going to work hard.
He can only eclipse Pepe when he gets to the 10 Premier League goal mark. That's when we start.
Or we win a trophy. Or actually, no, a major trophy.
Yeah,
because Pepe's
got it.
And he scored a screamer that was offside. But yeah, I'll give you that. But that's a different point, though.
It is a different point.
I wasn't saying that he's gonna be Pepe in the sense of he's not gonna want to.
But Noni doesn't have to be Pepe, like get to 10 to also be considered the success. Like it's not like if Noni gets 7 and 5, he's a flop. You know?
No, that's a good return.
Exactly, because that's kind of what we want if Saka's out.
And you've described him as the essentially third choice option, wing option, first choice off the bench kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
So if that's your role and you're getting 7 and 5,
I'm not gonna sit here and be like he's still not done Pepe things. You know?
Yeah.
Pepe didn't get 7 and 5. You know what? We got to 10.
Yeah.
But if you feel me, you know what I'm saying.
It's a difference if you get 7 and 5 and we win the league.
Yeah, of course.
So Pepe's 10 and we finished 8th.
Right.
Yeah.
And we needed all of that 10
to get right. But if Noni gets 7 and 5, and we do,
it's crucial. It's crucial.
So yeah, look, I know in the comments, guys might have things to say. I'm on
better than Gittins and them,
that, but
confirmed.
Confirmed.
Jacob Ram, whoever you want to put as a young aspiring, and a lot of these guys might be older than him.
Yeah. 23.
Come on.
We took Chelsea's best winger as
young aspiring talent. Yeah.
And I said at the time that we took Chelsea's best winger, and there's still facts. 9th, Kudus.
Yeah.
Similar sort of price tag to Noni, but right winger. The Spurs fan had him first. Which obviously now he had Kudus, Palhinha, Simmons.
That's crazy.
Top 3.
That's really what's fucking up the stats.
Yeah. Really because Kudus has only had 2 votes. Who was the other? I think Mitt had him, the Liverpool fan. But to be honest, again, Kudus, he doesn't have as much credence as Mbeumo to be in this top 10. But I'm not really mad at it.
No, I think Kudus is a good signing.
Yeah,
I like he didn't make my top 10.
And he's your boy.
He's my boy. But I think Kudus needs to move the needle for Tottenham. Maybe he would have been 12th.
Yeah.
If I had
yeah.
But I think Kudus.
So somehow you've left Kudus and Palhinha.
No, yeah. I still want to talk about him. But I think unfortunately Kudus would be a good signing for Tottenham. I just hope that it's actually like sort of getting to the point where I hope Kudus does really well early, so that next summer there's moves to a bigger club. I need Kudus to force his way out of his already existing contract, because Bayern have come knocking, because PSG have come knocking.
Use Tottenham as a stepping stone.
Yeah, Inter Milan, whoever have come knocking, and it's like an opportunity in a project he just can't refute. So I'm sort of on that wave now, because I do think Kudus, if he does 3-4 years at Tottenham, will be a good player. Like will consist. I mean, like might not be a thorn in Arsenal side or anything specific like that, but like will be a thorn in many other teams' sides because he has a bit more quality and he does have the PMP and he can hack it and handle the league. And I do think there was a long time where he just wanted out of West Ham.
Yeah. From the moment he got there.
Yeah, I do. After the first season where he was balling,
Yeah.
the second season, Kudus was like, I hope I can do better than
Yeah,
this.
it was. Yeah.
So
he desperately wanted to leave.
Yeah, like I ain't mad at Kudus. I think the money's right. Like I think all of that Tottenham will probably get, same price if not profit on it. So he's a good signing for them. To be honest,
he's a good signing for Tottenham, man. But I still don't think he's better than Madueke. So Madueke was cheaper. So 8th place, my boy. He's on our boy. To be fair, he's on the wall. Granit Xhaka.
Yeah. I had him in.
I had him 3rd.
You had him high.
I
had him high. I had him in ahead of like the Paulinhas.
Yeah, because moving the needle, I think if Xhaka does his thing, Sunderland they got a very good chance of staying up.
That was exactly why I knew I couldn't not have him on the list somewhere.
But you should have had him higher, bro.
Yeah, I
should have bumped him up this list.
I should have had him higher, but I knew I had to have him on somewhere. My sequencing, maybe potentially could have been higher than Zubimendi because I agree. Like, I think if Sunderland stay up, there is a direct correlation. There's at least 15 points you can attribute to Xhaka.
He came in, he was the captain.
Yeah, exactly. Immediately.
Yeah.
And no one questioned it. No one said this is a bad decision. Yeah. You've been disloyal.
Everyone loved it.
You've been disloyal to our
yeah. Just snatched. I don't even know who the last captain was.
No one said anything. Cares. No one said anything.
Yeah.
So I Xhaka had to be in my team because in terms of moving the needle, in terms of importance of moving the needle, all that kind of stuff, I do think if Xhaka has a good year or if Sunderland stay up, however it works, there's that contribution that he will provide will be massive,
and he's already off to a good start.
Exactly.
And yeah, look, I had him 3rd because I think he's such a quality player. I said at the time that Sunderland picking up Granit Xhaka is one of the best pieces of business in this whole transfer window.
But I agree with that 100%. But it's also on some Xhaka before Ten Hag joined Leverkusen was saying I want to retire in Germany.
Yeah. Ten Hag will do that.
I spent my whole life here, and then I want to leave. I don't even know my next. I don't even know my next destination. I just want to leave
to Sunderland as well. Like we've had conversations, and I still don't understand that move. Until Granit Xhaka comes out with an interview, really explaining in depth why he's gone there, I won't understand it.
Because he's looked his wife in the face and said, "We need to move twice in 2 years.
Yeah,
don't just
Sunderland."
Don't put roots down in Sunderland.
We were saying Xhaka could have gone to West Ham. He could have gone to Palace. He could have gone to Brentford. He could have gone to Fulham. Marco Silva would have snatched it. Xhaka and Berger.
Handoff.
Xhaka and Zander Berger.
Pereira's just gone.
Yeah. So he's chosen to go to Sunderland for whatever reason. He obviously knows how big a challenge that is. And I guess that is kind of in his personality to take that on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Sunderland getting that deal done for 17 million. I still think, like we're saying, we'll do top 10 Premier League centre backs. If we did top 10 Premier League centre midfielders, I think Xhaka would easily probably make the top 6 or 7. I was going to say top 5, but that might be a push. So I'll say top 6 or 7.
We're speaking to the original Xhaka lover, OG caper of Xhaka.
Me?
Yeah. OG.
Yeah.
His stocks.
I was backing Xhaka.
Yeah, his legacy is in the game. I can vouch for it. He's got
the shirt's there.
He's got it all. He's got any proof I could put down.
Well, for the reference,
at the lowest moments, at the lowest Xhaka moments, literally, there's no reason to defend this guy. There's no reason to defend this guy.
For reference, for the viewers, obviously we're in a group chat, and the majority of that group chat is Arsenal fans, and there's a Tottenham fan in there, and there were times in that group chat when I was getting it from all angles. A Xhaka mistake, and I'm being atted by 4 or 5 different players.
Do you know the
is
one
this your guy? Is this your midfielder?
Do you know the one? Do you remember that red card at Liverpool?
When he kicked Jota in the chest.
Unnecessary. Game's done. Ties over. It's over.
Do you remember in the All or Nothing when they're talking about it after the game.
Yeah,
And
Xhaka's
Xhaka's like, well, you made the mistake up there, so but I have to cover for you and I get the blame.
Saka's telling them like, bro, just own up. Just say my bad. Just say it was a mistake. But it's just like the first half.
Yeah.
It's like the first half. We're done. We're down to 10 men.
Yeah. And then obviously Arsenal fans know the story. Xhaka's on his way out. He's thrown the armband. He's sworn at the fans. Arteta comes in and ultimately he has a redemption arc that that game that we were at when he scored in the North London derby is
huge.
Such a great memory.
Huge.
Such a great memory.
But
yeah, he's a quality player, isn't it? Like, and that was one thing that I think most people, even though I'm saying like I was getting it from all angles in that group chat, pause. Right? Yeah, for real. Whenever Xhaka would drop a stinker, I still think most people, you for sure, Nick for sure, other people in that chat, is Stedman, knew that Xhaka had the quality.
Yeah, he's a good player.
Right? That was never really a question.
All of the big wins, any big win, Xhaka had to be at an 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10 level for us to win that game. Like, so I agree with you 100%. And that's why I think Xhaka, the mistakes from Arsenal, that stuff, Crystal Palace, all that stuff, I think it comes into his leadership. I think Xhaka, not only on the pitch, is going to help his team secure points, 15, all this kind of stuff. But I think when things are bad under Sunderland, I think because Xhaka's been to the worst points with Arsenal fans, he's going to be able to
keep the dressing room,
keep it calm,
even if there's the noises outside.
Keep Sunderland fans chill. Like, I've been in worse situations. You're angry at me because we lost last minute to Man City or whoever the team is. Yeah, where you was desperate to get points. But bro, I've been in worse situations. I've had guys cuss me out. The FTV is at its peak, all that stuff. So I think it's gonna hold him down, man. I think he's gonna hold his head, whatever the situation is in Sunderland.
Yeah. And Sunderland fans, you got another fan in me now. I'm really hoping you guys stay up.
More shackable.
Yeah. Just like Barca Nation, but we'll get to that another time. 7th place, Randers. 5 votes.
10th on my list.
Oh yeah. Also with Xhaka, just quickly, 5 people. Only one person didn't vote for Xhaka, so that's fairly unanimous. Same thing with Randers now in 7th place. 5 people again voted for him. Mitt had him in 4th, which was the highest. Now this is one where if we did this in January and we had 6 months of Pep molding Reinders and forming Reinders into the player he wants him to be, I think Reinders could get boosted up this list.
Super boost. You know, the Pep Super Boost is the most boost. It's the most boost you can get.
Yeah. It's Emery and their forwards, and Pep and his midfielders. Yeah, the super boost. And I think that when you start seeing Rodri kind of get back a bit more to match fitness, and he's playing with Randers now and whoever Turkey or whoever else might be in there, I think that will boost him. But we've spoken about Randers before on the pod, quality player. We know what he's going to bring. The only reason I didn't have him as high up as like the top 4, top 3 is because I still think he had a great debut, great first game against Wolves, but then City have lost back-to-back games, and there are signs of, as much as in Serie A, Reinders is a P&P guy, he's up and down, and guys can't cope with him. It's just another little example of there's levels to this.
No, there's 100% levels to
like
this.
Now you're gonna come on back Buck Palinha and then Beleba.
In Serie A, he looked like one of the most
athletic guys,
PMP midfielders that you can have. I'm just breaking away from everybody. But as you say, this week in, week out, it's just a different test. It's a different level of like. Is that also, as you say, Belabor and Sander Berger have 2 different strength measurements. Sander Berger's strength is different from Belabor's strength. You can't quite equate it because of how they use it. You know? So I had Reinders on my list. I had him 10th because I do think he is massively important to City. I think one of City's biggest issues last year was their midfield, obviously. And Pep could never get the balance right without Rodri. They didn't have enough athletes to technicians in there. And I think Reinders is both. I think Pep's going to mold him to be this 6-8-10. I agree with you. In Jan, like, I think Reinders' like touch map or positional map in Jan is gonna be ridiculous. I think Pep's gonna have him all over the place, doing everything. So I think he's massively important. As I said to you, I just think there's going to be so many midfield combinations that will, like Zubimendi, will include Reinders.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
if
yeah,
Pep,
yeah.
whoever Pep wants to squeeze in there, whatever one-off game is, I need to bench Rodri this game, or I need to play Foden this game, or I need Bernardo Silva in midfield.
Yeah,
Or
Reinders will be the reason he can do that.
I need Kovacic in here. I need Nico Gonzalez. I'm going to give him a game. Whatever it is,
Yeah.
Randers will be, as
sure.
you say, Randers will be the reason why I can move X, Y, and Z around, because I'm going to move him around. So I think he's massively important to them. And if City want to do the big things, Randers has to do his big one.
Like you say, 6-8-10 hybrid. He'll move phase 1 to phase 2, phase 2 to phase 3, and he's already shown that he can get goals and assists.
And I think Randers, a potential Randers injury could be as catastrophic as almost any injury. Because I think if Pep has to go back to, even if it's Rodri, Kovacic, and Bernardo Silva, Rodri, whoever, that's going to be a good midfield. Any midfield with Rodri in it is going to be a good midfield.
Yeah.
But without Randers, or the potential of Randers in that midfield, I feel like other teams will feel like, don't get me wrong, Rodri's a top player. He might win his duel versus his opposite number. But I think without Reinders in there, I can win my duel.
Yeah. Because Reinders is looking like the athlete of the City midfield, right? And like you say, you start comparing that with the other athletes. Yeah. If you're only going to pick one athlete from every team's midfield, then you've got and Reinders is that for City. Then you're comparing him with Declan Rice.
Yeah, I was going to say
Sander Berger, Amadou Onana, Caicedo, Baleba, whoever else might be in there. Yeah. And then it starts to look a bit sticky.
Yeah,
right.
Arsenal without Rice is an equally different proposition.
Yeah.
Like without Rice, you have just so much less to worry about.
But if Reinders has to go PMP with Marino, I'm not really sure Reinders can win that one.
I don't think Kovacic can go PMP with Marino.
No.
So it's like if Reinders is out of the team, the second guy up, the next man up, a lot of guys are looking at him like it's going to be an even battle between me and you.
Yeah.
I might get one over you.
Yeah.
That's why I think Reinders is going to be such an important needle mover for City. Is however many games he can play and start and keep fit, is more games where you don't have to play a guy that several men have already run past last season. They're not worried about.
Yeah.
They're not worried about.
And at the very least, it's something new, something fresh.
Yeah.
And we were talking a lot about the physicality and the off the ball stuff. Obviously, in possession,
it's
technical quality.
It's quality as well.
He can find the final ball.
He's Dutch.
He's press resistant. Exactly. He's a proper Dutch midfielder. 6th place now. I've written this down as JP. That is how we will refer to him on this podcast, but that is João Pedro. We have given him the nickname JP. And this is the first guy that got voted of the two that got voted for by everyone.
No, JP's a needle mover.
Everyone voted for JP. And
I think I had him 4th or 5th, man.
Yeah, you had him. Oh no, you had him 5th. Yeah, 5th. I had him 10th. He was 7th, 8th for a lot of people. So you actually had him the highest. But yeah, I mean, João Pedro's a top player, good player. Like he's gonna come in. The only reason I didn't have him higher is because I don't necessarily, like we said earlier, Liam Delap got 12, 13 Premier League goals last year. We know that Jackson's hit 14. I'm still not sure that JP's gonna hit that.
No, I don't think JP.
And it's not like his game's about goals.
Exactly.
But if you are gonna be the striker now for Chelsea,
I just think
I don't know how much higher I can get you if you're not really gonna outscore.
That's fair enough. Yeah. Like I don't think JP comes with like this. He has an all-round game, but like this all-round game where like there's no weaknesses to JP's game. There's weaknesses to JP's game for sure.
Yeah.
But the reason I had JP 5th was because I just look at João Pedro as a guy that wins so many points. Like for Chelsea, he's gonna win them so many points.
He already really has, isn't it?
The games were obviously the games when Cole Palmer's out, but just those games where Chelsea shouldn't have a goal or shouldn't come away with points or a draw or a win, whatever it is, I know João Pedro's going to win a penalty. I know
Yeah.
that's the game he's at the back post.
X factor.
Yeah. I just know that
He's got that dog in him
exactly.
where he'll just.
He might never get 12.
We were talking the other day about how many guys Brazil have that will just get that one over the line
exactly
to score the goal. JP almost epitomizes that.
He might never get the lap 12 at Chelsea this season, but even if he gets 8 or 9 and 5 or whatever it is, you'll remember like 6 of those goals as like winners, points getters. That equals 1 point. That equals 3 points. That dive that he's done to win the penalty equals points, or whatever it is. That's I just think JP, similar to Cunha, is just a guy.
I was actually going to say almost similar to Havertz.
Yeah,
in the sense of like, I think JP's all-round game is very good.
Yeah, no, I do
like
think
he'll
JP's...
link the play, he'll bring other guys, but I don't think his goal numbers, will be that high.
No,
and Cunha is probably similar. He's of that similar profile as well.
Because I just think even for Cunha, I just think the goals and the assists and the stuff that Cunha does get, a lot of it is going to be winners or equalizers or like, I don't think that there's certain players, like for example the Lap can score a lot of goals, and he did well for was it Norwich? Ipswich last year.
Yeah.
But I just feel like JP's 6 goals, like the Lap's going to score a lot of goals that will be Chelsea are 3-1 up or 4-0 up or 2-0 up. The Lap makes it 3-0. The Lap makes it 4-1. It's like a game killer.
Yeah.
The Lap's goals. I think a lot of João Pedro's goals are like, we're back in this. The go-ahead goal, the one that we've been searching for. Who's that at the back post is João Pedro.
I think in terms of the big moments, like if we were ranking this on big moments, I think JP could be in the top 3. Because I think if Chelsea get to a semi-final, I think JP, he's not.
We've already seen in the Club World Cup, man.
Something.
We've already seen in the Club World Cup, like he's there for the semi-final goal. He's there for the brace. He's there. So I had JP high up the list because I think he will move the needle for Chelsea. I think about. I don't know how much Chelsea's needle can move. I expect them to do big things. I expect them to be in all the competitions till the very end and stuff. Yeah. But I just expect a level up from last season in terms of threat level, and a lot of that is down to JP.
I can see JP doing stuff in the Champions League.
Yeah.
They've got Bayern on Wednesday.
Yeah. The penalty wins. I know. He's got at least 3 penalty wins in high situation games, high level games, where he's just conned his defender out of a penalty. He's just conned
it's questionable.
It's exactly. But JP's won that for them. Palmer bags here.
It's done. So I agree. Good signing for Chelsea. 60 million. 5th place, Mateus Cunha. 5 votes. I had him 6th, which I think was the highest. But everyone did vote for him. And this is again what I was talking about with Mbeumo. I only really had space for one of these Man United signings out of the 2 of them. And I think scoring 40 Premier League goals for a club like Man United is horrific.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you how many Premier League teams scored more goals than Man United last year. So I wanted to put the guy in my top 10 that I think will raise that number the most, whether that be through goals or assists. And I do think that guy is Cunha. So I had him in mind. And obviously, we've mentioned him there with JP. He'll have big moments. He'll score big goals, all of that.
It's sort of the same conversation. I just think he will have big goals. He'll have big moments. He'll win Man United a lot of points. I said to you off air that there's like, from the first 3 games, if Cunha played for any other team, he'd have had 2 or 3 goals by now.
Yeah.
Like, I just feel like he has that kind of drive and endeavor, and the ricochets fall for him always that he just gets goals. He's like, I'm not really questioning. I didn't think Cunha was going to be a bad signing.
Yeah. Agreed.
So I'm not really worried about him, even with the injuries, even with all this kind of stuff. Even from what he's shown us so far, it's crazy because he's not done. Like him and Sesko both have like 0 goals, 0 assists.
Yeah.
I know from Cunha's game already. I didn't have anything to say about Sesko's game, but I know from Cunha's game. All right, well, this might just work out.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. And obviously, he's got the Premier League experience. He's done it here before. you can be fairly certain that that's going to work out for Man United. Now, there was only between fourth or Cunha in fifth, this player in fourth and third place. There was only 3 points in it, so it was all pretty close. But in fourth place, we've got Victor Gyökeres, voted for by 5 people. You had him third, which I think was the highest, and the Man United fan didn't have him.
Yeah, I had Gyökeres up
as expected.
Yeah.
Man United fans will do anything to clown Gyökeres, it seems, because Gyökeres turned them down publicly.
That's it. That's all it is.
Right?
That's literally all it is.
Otherwise, he would have been in everyone's list. Even my boy Mitt, who's a Liverpool fan, had Gyökeres.
No, I got Gyökeres up there. Arsenal needed a striker for so long. Finally got one. I think there's a lot of pressure in terms of moving the needle, all this kind of stuff. Like, there isn't more pressure on anybody in the Arsenal team than the Arsenal striker to score us the goals we need to win the big trophy. So I had to have him in my list, and I had to have him pretty high up there. He was the definition of, like, in terms of moving the needle, the importance to the team, all of that kind of stuff. He's what Arsenal have been crying out for at least 2 to 3 years now, like crying out for. So there's not much more to say about him. Whatever narrative, like, there's been so much talk about Gyökeres, it's almost just down to the football now.
Yeah.
Like, you've heard
it's just about whether he's going to score goals.
Yeah, you've heard every angle of every narrative about why he will succeed or why he will fail.
Yeah.
You know, so it's...
And now we just have to watch and see what happens.
Yeah.
I had him fifth. It turns out that because I think that I agree with you. There's not more pressure on anyone to score goals for Arsenal than Gyökeres.
Yeah.
But if Gyökeres turns out to be a flat track bully, quote unquote, I have absolutely no issues with that.
I said that to you.
Right?
I have zero issues
because
with that
all we were saying in the summer is
we
need someone to score goals, and I'm seeing Arsenal fans turn around now and say all Gyökeres is going to bring us his goals. Well, yeah, exactly. That's all I actually want him to do, because we have enough other players that will do all other parts of the game. And to be fair, that's like, I had Xhaka above Gyökeres because I feel like that's potentially even more important to Sunderland in terms of staying in
if
the
they
league.
stay up,
And then obviously other guys that we'll talk about, but yeah, I think it's unanimously known, it seems like, other than the Man United fan who's salty, that Arsenal needed a striker. They've signed Victor Gyökeres, and if he scores goals, then that's it. Like you say, that's all there is left on it, right?
That literally is
just to see what he does.
All there is left.
So third place, there's probably, and this person only just beat Gyökeres by 1 point. Yeah, to third place. He only got 4 votes. So 2 people didn't have him in his list. Right. Florian Wirtz. Now, Mitt, the Liverpool fan, had him first. I didn't have Florian Wirtz, and the Man United fan didn't have Florian Wirtz. So I'll say that I don't have Wirtz because I don't think Wirtz is going to be a top 10 summer transfer. I don't, the way I've done it, the way I've looked at it, I don't think we'll look back at the end of the season and we'll say that's 116 million well spent. And even in these top 10 places, I would have Mbeumo in there before Wirtz. I'd have Paulinho in there before Wirtz.
Simmons.
And you would have seen on the last, I don't know about that far, but you would have seen on the last pod, we said that we both agreed that Wirtz is a quality player. I don't deny that, but it's different now when that has to translate to the Premier League. We've also said that a minimum for a £115 million player is 10 and 10 in the Premier League. And I'm pretty confident Wirtz isn't going to get that. So if he's not going to get that, I couldn't put him in my top 10.
Your logic is sound for the reasons why you chose your top 10. I had to put Wirtz in my top 10 for that reason.
Yeah, you've got him second.
I have him second because I agree with you. I don't think Wirtz is going to get 10 and 10. I don't think Wirtz is going to be a top 10 midfielder or transfer in the league or wherever it will be come the end of the season. But I don't think that should go unnoticed, unscathed, untalked about, on whatever. I don't want guys to come and tell me, well, you didn't have him in your top 10 transfers, so how do you have such a strong opinion on Wirtz? If you thought he was going to be X, Y, and Z, you would have said it.
Yeah, yeah,
I agree
yeah,
with you.
yeah,
I think Wirtz is obviously a quality player. He's obviously shown talent. He's obviously in that bracket or conversation of, generational talents of this, new era, young decade, or however you want to sort of describe it. And I think Wirtz, and the definition of how I've done my list, has to move the needle for Liverpool. I don't think you spend 160 million on a player to have him play some small bit part role in your success. Even if it is, I get it, Wirtz can be a franchise signing for the future.
yeah,
Yeah. But that doesn't mean you get a season off. That doesn't mean that, like, as you say, bare minimum, you don't come and get 10 and 10 and work on your performance next year and all this kind of stuff. I just think there's got to be pressure on Verts to perform for the price tag. And players, I get it, players don't demand the price tag that they come for. Yeah. So it's not, Verts hasn't decided that he's worth 100 and whatever million, but Liverpool have decided that that is a reasonable, fair price to pay for
yeah,
him and paid it.
yeah.
Yeah, he's got to be a massive needle mover in slot system. I can't be seeing Verts small minutes off the bench. I can't be seeing not a position for Verts in
Yeah,
this
slowly
system.
phased out the team.
I can't be
Yeah,
seeing that there's not a position for Verts in this system. I can't be seeing Ekatike left wing ahead of Verts because he's more flexible and able to handle with the physicality and all this stuff.
so I agree on your point there that we can't be seeing that, but at the same time, do you think you could be seeing that?
I think I could be seeing that,
Right? Yeah,
but I can't let it go unscathed.
yeah,
You can't,
yeah, yeah.
like, Arsenal, when we bring up Pepe, because everybody killed us for spending 72 million on Pepe. Yeah, everybody said that was a ridiculous waste of money, and then in turn, any other team that spent big money, we've killed them for spending 80, 100, whoever 90 on players that haven't turned out to be worth anywhere near that money. Certain guys still try and throw smart on Declan Rice's name for being 100 mil. If this is what it is to be 100 mil, it comes with the scrutiny. I said it before they signed Verts.
Yep.
Sign someone for 100 mil and let them live with that scrutiny.
Yep.
And I'm not going to give Liverpool fans time off just because I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't
yeah.
care if it's going to happen
Yeah,
or not.
yeah,
That's what
yeah.
they come there.
Yeah.
But who thought Declan Rice was going to have to come and score, 10 goals and 5 assists and average that throughout 2 seasons
Yeah.
to get any sort of pats on the back? When they was doing Declan Rice and Rodri side by sides and saying, he can't be better than Rodri because Rodri gets more goals and assists.
Yeah.
I was like,
Well, he doesn't anymore.
I was like, but when was that the criteria for sixes?
Yeah.
When was that we have to judge a six? So yeah, Verts can't come and be lackluster and mediocre and get away with it because we all think he's going to be lackluster and mediocre. He has to, he has to be nailed to some sort of cross. He has to be on some sort of plank. And he has to move the needle for Liverpool, in my opinion.
Because there is that expectation on Verts, and I'm not moving away from that expectation.
You just don't think it's going to happen,
but I don't think he's going to match.
And that's fair.
Right?
And that's if your list is done on what you think is
yeah.
going to be the top 10 best transfers.
Because I can see a world where Gravenberch can't be dropped.
Yeah.
McAllister can't be dropped. So Bosley can't be
Curtis
dropped.
Jones is looking like he's putting in
three.
decent performances.
Yeah, maybe. But
And I hate Curtis Jones.
Right? Yeah.
On record.
And then Gakpo, Ekatike, Isak, and obviously Salah's undroppable. Isak will be undroppable, and then it'll be Gakpo, Ekatike off the left most likely. And I dare Onslaught to try and fit Florian Wirtz on the left. That's box office viewing.
That's what I said
for us. But yeah, in terms of if you're looking at it for a needle mover, there's no getting away from that. Like, there's bags and bags of pressure on Wirtz.
He's bro. Up until Isak, he was the
Premier League record transfer.
Come on, man. I'm not like he's got to be up there on everybody's list. I get it. If depending on how you do your lists, in terms of what you think will happen, cool. I hear you. But if you're just doing like most important, most whatever, most notable transfers, whatever it is, this guy's just gone for 150 million. We're gonna act like it's crickets.
Yeah,
it can't be crickets for that, man.
No, we're gonna be talking about it.
If any other team spends that on a player, even whether what we think is worth or not, or good or bad, it's if it was a United player, if it was an Arsenal player, if it was a Chelsea player, we would never let them forget it. We would never let them forget it.
Yeah, agreed. Second place, we've got Eberechi Eze, with a big gap between third, fourth, and fifth, and second place. He got 5 votes. I had him second. Nick had him second. And the only person that didn't have him, as you can imagine, the
Right.
Tottenham fan.
Yeah.
Because he's been hijacked, and obviously they're not going to do that. They're going to put Xavi Simmons in, whatever.
That's the real hijacking.
Otherwise, Eze would have been in everyone's list because Eze is unanimously known as a good player. Now, the reason I've got Eze above Gyökeres, and we spoke about this a bit off air, is because the most important thing that Arsenal have to do this season is win a trophy. Whatever trophy that is. Like I don't obviously have a preference, but I don't really care.
Emirates Cup won already, banked.
We're gonna start. We'll count those English Super Cups as well. So Arteta's one. But look, Arsenal have to win a trophy, and I don't think there's a player in the league. And I said this before we signed Eze. Michael attested this. I don't think there's a player in the league with more X factor than Eze that can produce something out of nothing in a moment, score a goal, make a pass. Go past a couple players, and I think the reason that Arsenal probably will end up winning a trophy this year is because we've signed Ebere Eze, and he'll do something in a final.
Yeah,
out of nothing.
I agree. He's got X Factor coming out his ears, man.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad that we've only, as I say, I told you, it's kind of sad that like there's been so much hype around Eze, as deservedly so. All happy with all of that kind of stuff, but it's been like 2-3 weeks of hype. And it feels like it's just been 20 minutes of football. I need more Eze minutes as an Arsenal player. I need more to
Eze starts.
I need like to sink my teeth into Eze Arsenal football. But obviously soon come. Weekend's just here.
And you had him fourth.
I had him fourth because I had Gyökeres because I had to put Gyökeres, but I generally it was close between who has the most pressure. Because I couldn't tell whether our biggest issue was scoring goals or creating chances. Like I actually couldn't tell. Like, and if Eze comes in and it's just like chance creation galore through Eze's play, I think we'll be fine.
Yeah.
I think we'll win that trophy. I think we'll go to the end. Of these competitions. Like a lot of what we was bitching about last year was that there'll be 20, 30 minutes with one chance to note about, and Arsenal fans have to hyper analyze that one chance that we could create in the 30 minutes that were left in the game. Like if we had 3, 4, 5 chances, we know how it's not a one chance, one goal guy.
We
know that. We knew that before he came.
Yep.
So if Eze can be in a situation where he's just creating chances for guys or taking chances himself, it's gonna be as important as Gyökeres. I think Gyökeres, I just went for him because the narrative has been there for longer. But it was so close for me in terms of who I think I had pressure on to move the needle for Arsenal. To be honest, there with Gyökeres in terms of moving the needle.
Yeah, if you're doing your list like that, I think rightfully so, you probably have Gyökeres above Eze purely for that point you said. Like, there's not pressure on anyone to score more goals in terms of goals than Gyökeres.
Yeah,
right. And that is the thing that most Arsenal fans, most pundits, most people that watch football will say is the reason that Arsenal couldn't win the league last year.
Yeah,
because we didn't score enough goals. Obviously, creating chances in that is a part of that, but Gyökeres, I'm pretty confident will score more goals than Eze. But I think in terms of those big moments, those key moments, I think this Eze signing could be
the difference,
crucial for Arteta. And what he goes on to potentially
100% coming down to the I can only get players to the final third and I need their quality to show. I think Eze's got not only the quality but the mentality to show his quality.
Yeah.
As opposed to someone that might be like, well, I've done everything that managers asked of me, so I can't be dropped.
Yeah.
Because I've done everything he's asked of me.
Yeah. And someone who's taking the safe option.
Yeah.
We only go back to Palace's run last year, and Eze's scored the opening goal in the quarterfinal, semi-final, and then the only goal in the final.
Yeah, so that's nice.
But yeah, so Eze in second, and as you can imagine, you probably all know, Liverpool went and broke their own transfer record after Wirtz by signing Alexander Isak, who is our number one summer transfer,
of course,
this year. The second guy after JP that got voted for by everybody. And Michael and Nick had him first.
Yeah, man. Transfer record speaks for itself. that is pressure. That is, we've brought you to move the needle. Liverpool have brought him to win like 3, 4 Premier Leagues. He's 25 years old. They've not just brought him to come and secure the next one.
Yep. Yep.
So there is as much pressure on Isak as there is anybody. There's going to be more pressure on his game and his goal record. And if there's any sort of slump, God forbid. Well, I'd love it, but God forbid Isak like ends the season with like 15 and 5. I think it's gonna be criticized to hell.
Yeah.
Has he made the Haaland stuff? Have you made them worse?
Yeah.
Is this, when you go 2-3 games without a goal, is this a championship level player really? Like
The narratives are gonna be nasty.
like that's the pressure and what I expect of our transfer record / superstar / the pressure's on him. The eyes
number
are on him.
9, the
Yeah,
gunman, yeah.
like Liverpool are the favourites to win the league, and you're the reason why they're the favourites to win the league.
Yep.
So, for my list, he had to be number one.
Yeah,
there isn't
yeah,
any
yeah.
more pressure than that.
Yeah, and that's valid for how you've done the list. I had him third on my list, because there's undeniable quality. You'd expect Isak to just be good for 20 goals, even with the injury problems, because that's what he's shown before. But I had him third because I was like, I don't really think Liverpool need this signing. And it's like crazy to say that a team doesn't need someone of the quality of Isak. But I think Ekitike's been doing well.
I was about to say, I think Isak's the only reason Ekitike has not been brought up at all. I think
true.
If Isak stayed at Newcastle,
Ekitike
would have made bare people's
literally
lists.
nobody had Ekitike.
Everyone would have voted him in, but there's null and void voting him in because Isak's it.
Yeah, 100%.
So that's why he had to top my list. Like, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, and so look, the pressure on Isak, and obviously we know there's a quality player. There was almost no doubt that he was going to be number one on our combined list. So yeah, look, that's our top 10. If I read it back for you just one last time, in 10th place, we've got Noni Madueke. 9th place, Kudus. 8th place, Granit Xhaka. 7th place, Reinders. 6th place, João Pedro. 5th place, Mateus Cunha. In 4th, Victor Gyökeres. 3rd, Florian Wirtz. 2nd, Eze. And 1st, Alexander Isak. That is our top 10 summer transfers. We'll move it on. We said last week we're adding a segment, Tweet of the Week. I've got mine. Shout out NBA Centel. This is the tweet, yeah? The NBA has mandated that Kawhi Leonard play all 82 games next season as part of disciplinary action via Chris Behan.
That's top. That's top.
I had to bring that in.
That's top.
What have you got this week?
My tweet of the week was also NBA related.
Yeah.
It's been the change in the rules.
Okay.
Typically, these like end of quarter, half court heaves, full court heaves, however you want to call it, it goes down on the player stats. So if Payton Pritchard does it, if Jokic does it, it's like a missed field goal attempt from Jokic.
Yeah.
Now it goes down as a missed field goal attempt from the team. So it's not player specific.
Yeah, and it won't affect the players.
Shams broke the news, and I thought, well, Payton Pritchard, how many years has Payton Pritchard done in the NBA? He's already changing the game.
The Payton Pritchard clause.
He's Pep.
Yeah,
already at that young age.
But yeah,
game changer.
Yeah.
A law changer.
He is changing some stuff.
Influential.
But it doesn't affect Payton. Payton Pritchard probably wants that to count
on
his individual shot because he's gonna make it. He's probably actually annoyed. I'm just doing this for the team now.
That is too funny.
It's not even coming up on my box score.
That is too funny.
But yeah, so and MVPs and rookies of the week. Now MVPs, I have to have Mikel Merino.
Yeah.
Hat trick and 4 goals on this international break in total. Just great stuff. Great, unbelievable hat trick, unbelievable finishes. And I've also got Noni Madueke.
I knew you was gonna have Noni.
Yeah, first England goal. He balled out both games. Like I said, me and Tuchel on the same way.
I'm gonna have Piero Hincapi 1-0 win over Argentina. Knock them off their high horse so soon. I'll have Alcaraz. I can't lie. He won the US Open. He's cooking, man. Yep. He's cooking. He's just blitzing guys. So I got respect for that.
Josh Allen.
No. No Josh Allen praise. I hate Josh Allen. I hate Josh Allen. I will give Micah Parsons, NFL, give him love, new team, first sack already.
Rookies.
I think Forest, man.
Mm.
Just the situation in its totality at Forest is a bit of a rookie situation.
Yep.
Onana,
Yeah.
a big rookie of the week for me, man. The drop off from Onana 2 years ago, best keeper in the world now, is in Turkey. They keep it literally next man over Onana. They're keeping next man over him. Anybody in the world can get a chance and goal
By the end of the month.
Onana.
I don't actually know who else can get a rookie.
Yeah, I don't know. And MVPs, watch this space. Uganda 2026, we're coming.
They won yesterday, innit? The other
Where
day.
we need 2 more wins
Yeah.
to qualify for the 2026 World Cup.
Okay. I
Watch
heard
this. Nigeria are out.
Nigeria, they're already out, yeah.
I saw Cams was saying that Nigeria are not going to make it.
But I thought they're struggling to make it. But is it done? Or?
I don't know if it's confirmed done.
Okay, but yeah, I saw that they're not going to make it.
I would love it.
Yeah,
I would love it. Come on, I'd love it if Uganda come and make it 2026. We're there. We'll see you guys.
I saw Cam started his video. He said 48. That's the number of teams that are going to be in the World Cup this year. 48. It's been expanded from 32 to 48, an extra 16 teams, and he's saying that Nigeria won't be one of them.
Come on. Shout out to my dogs.
Yeah. And you've got an AFCON coming up, innit?
Yeah.
Nation.
Jan, we can't wait.
We can't wait.
It's
going to be interesting. We did AFCON coverage. It wasn't last year, was it? It was the first season of the pod.
Yeah, first season.
So yeah,
that was a great time.
Yeah, that was good.
That AFCON was a great.
Yeah. Some of the goals that were going in, and yeah.
Referees playing the 85th minute full time.
Yeah.
This game's done.
Yeah.
Do you remember the AFCON before the lasers in Salah's face?
Yeah.
Senegal. Senegal was nasty.
Yeah. Oh, I'll actually give Thomas Tuchel an MVP. He still hasn't conceded a goal in a competitive game.
Yeah, you said that's fine.
And a lot of England fans getting onto him for stale football, dry football after a 2-0 win against Andorra, and then he went and won 5-0 in Serbia. And that's not to say that I think Tuchel will play nice football. I actually think he would do the opposite and not play nice football.
Yeah.
But it's looking good, bro. If he hasn't conceded a goal, we were having a conversation about Tuchel out stifling teams. As much as England don't have a history of doing that, if anyone's going to do it, I think it's going to be Thomas Tuchel. So
if anyone's going to do it, it's going to be Thomas Tuchel. But I think England's MO should be to blow teams away.
Thomas Tuchel in the big games. Thomas Tuchel.
It's not what Thomas Tuchel does.
Yeah,
but I don't. It's like an NFL team.
And is that really how you win a tournament?
I literally just seen it. It's like an NFL team being like, our strongest point is our defense, when your strongest point really is your attacking players. Like, if England want to go 1 goal up and sit back and see out 1-0 leads, as opposed to being a team that just put 2, 3, 4 past guys, I feel like they're going to get caught more times trying to defend the 1-0 lead.
Yeah.
Than they will if they're just like, let's just go, we'll play our football, we'll try and defend, but we're going to get Palmer, Rashford, Saka, Kane shots. They're going to get 5 shots each, all of them. Yeah. Well, yeah. All of them are going to get 5 shots. Jude's going to get 5 shots. Saka's going to get his 5. Palmer's going to get his 5. I feel like that's going to win England a lot more games than.
But I think Tuchel will go. He'll set their team up. He'll tell them go and score 2 goals and then just defend the ball.
If they score 2 goals, I think England. That's the fine margins. I just think 1-goal games aren't where I want to see England. If I was an England fan. Yeah. 2-goal games, 2-0 up. Yeah. Trust Konza, trust Stones, trust Rice, trust Bellingham to be rigid and smart and cunning and see that out. But as I was saying in the office today, if there's any games where it's 0-0, like almost last goal wins, and it's England versus any France, Germany, Spain.
They're probably going to be on the wrong end of that result. They will be. But on the flip side, I think if England are 1-0 up, I think Tuchel's gonna have that block rigid,
Yeah.
tough to break.
I'm not mad at that.
But your point is right, because there's so many countries out there with so many players that have abundance of X factor that your rigidness might just not be.
Yeah.
We were talking about England, Brazil. It was literally Tuchel and Ancelotti in that Bayern Real Madrid game. We're not salute. That was Tuchel and Ancelotti.
This is it. The flick of the dice that I have.
Yeah.
You're going defensive. You're taking off Kane. You put your centre backs
Yeah,
on.
yeah,
You're telling yourself we're going to see this one goal lead out. Tossel is going to get 2.
Yeah.
In 5 minutes.
Yeah. But the good thing for England fans can look forward to is if that does happen and it goes 1-1, you have a manager who will react and make the right changes and do the right things.
100%. And not be afraid to take off any players.
Yeah.
You're coming off.
100%. Change the system, do whatever it takes. But yeah, look, that's it from us. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Let us know in the comments if you agree with our top 10 summer transfers, who you would have had in there, if we had any howlers or whatever. And yeah, let us know if there's any other top 10s. We mentioned top 10 Premier League centre backs. If there's any other ones that you want us to do, then let us know. But otherwise, till next week when Premier League football will be back, we can't wait. Thank you guys for listening. Subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Follow us if you're listening on Spotify, and we'll see you next week. Peace.